This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids.
What up, everybody? It's your boy Blak Magus, and here it is, finally, the review for the Elgato Game Capture HD60 Pro, their internal capture card, which I will have a picture up for you guys. The reason I'm not doing an on-cam review for this product is because it kind of doesn't make sense to be on camera. It's not like I'm going to be holding up the card itself. I'm not going to pull it out of my computer just to show it to you guys. I will put up some pictures so you can get a good idea, but mainly I want you guys to see the gameplay that's recorded on here and to see how the quality works with it. Now, to just go over what my settings are for the Elgato Game Capture HD60 Pro, I'm recording off of a PlayStation 4. It's HDMI input, of course. There is no other input for this card, so if you're looking to try to use it for an older system, you're going to have to buy some extra equipment. You're going to have to get a converter box and everything, so you can basically use that as a bypass to a PS3 or Xbox 360 or any older systems that have no HDMI, direct HDMI input, or doesn't allow for you to do direct HDMI input, such as the PlayStation 3 doesn't. So keep that in mind. But input PlayStation 4, video input HDMI, audio output is HDMI. HDMI color range, I use expanded. They have standard and expanded. I always use expanded. I always max out my stuff when it comes to recording. Profile is for 1080p, and I do allow for 60 frames per second. Yes, this will record video in 60 frames per second. Doesn't necessarily mean that the game that you're playing is running in 60 frames, but the recording will be running in 60 frames. So just bear that in mind. It's not going to fool anybody, or it's not really going to fool anybody. They'll know your game's not running at 60. It's just the recording speed. Quality, there's 3 settings: good, better, best. I always put mine at best. I don't use any cropping, and of course I convert standard definition to 640 by 480. Of course I don't have to if I don't want to. And also, by the way, with the new update. Jeez, why did my brain freeze right there? But the new update for the Elgato game capture software, they do have a cropping setting for PlayStation VR. So keep that in mind. If you have a PlayStation VR and you're doing recording with it through the Elgato, it will allow you to have a specific setting that'll adjust the videos for PlayStation VR, which is a good thing. And then stretch standard definition input. That's basically to keep from having keeping a weird look to your video, you know, keep distortion and stuff like that down. Other than that, I don't change anything else. I leave everything else pretty much the same. Those are the settings I recommend you guys put it, unless you don't feel like you don't have the type of equipment to run at that level. So, but that's just me. Also, for the live streaming portion, I did test live streaming. It was pretty damn good. I didn't feel like it was as much as delay as normal. I felt like normally when I used the previous external HD60, it was about 30 to 45 seconds. This, I'd say cut that a little bit closer to in half. Give yourself between the 15 to 30 seconds range at most, which is good. I don't necessarily use the Elgatos directly to stream. I normally use OBS and just tunnel the Elgato through that. But I was pleased with the results. The quality is very, very good. I tested it between the range of 2 megabytes per second and 4 megabytes per second at 720p. The 4 megabytes per second got me the 60 frames, and to me it looked really, really good. People who came in and saw the stream on the Wise Guy Gaming Sports and Entertainment channel were like, yeah, this looks good. It looks really, really crisp. Mic quality came out well, of course, because I have a new microphone. But visually speaking, people were really, really pleased with what they saw. So it definitely helps the stream with an internal. Internal is always going to be better because you're going to basically be a more direct input as opposed to external stuff. Kind of still works on the level of something that you're just bypassing through in a way, if that makes sense. I guess in this case it kind of makes the most sense because it has to go from the unit that you're using to the device itself and then send through a USB 3 cable to your computer the information, whereas with this is plugged into your motherboard, so it's just directly from the device to the card and right on to, you know, your computer quickly. It's just a fresher way to do it. Speaking of quickly, you can kind of get a one-to-one recording. You can actually probably do live cam commentaries and not have to make any adjustments. I know the couple of times that I did live commentary, pretty much as soon as I hit record, it immediately picked up my voice. I didn't have to do the 5-second delay like I was used to doing with the external, because externally it lags, the recording lags. But this, it has a more insta-view, as they call it, way of doing things. So as soon as you hit record, boom, you're starting. That helps. And that's pretty much the thing that's the most impressive and that's the most impactful about the Elgato Game Capture HD60 Pro is that because it's an internal device, it eliminates a lot of the lag and delay and issues that you've had with previous cards, because internal is much, much better than external. So I couldn't recommend this no more than I already have. It's a very, very solid capture card. Is it the best on the market? No. I've heard of others, in particular the Magewell capture devices. I hear are stellar, but they're super expensive. This one comes more within a more reasonable pricing range. I got mine off of Amazon for $160, which, you know, that sounds pricey, but compared to some of the other things that are out there, in particular Magewell, which I think starts at $300, if I remembered when I was doing research. The $160 is a steal. Not only is it a steal, it's worth it because you get great performance out of it, great visuals, as you can see from the video. The live streaming, I feel like, works much, much better with this. Pulls, I think, less resources than you would with the external. Granted that you have getting a PC to do this, you do have requirements that you have to meet, and if I can remember, I'll put those requirements in the description. But overall, I'm very, very pleased with this product. It's just very, 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 very well made, very good. Elgato, you did a great service. If you can get this and you have the space in your computer for it, and you have a good enough computer to run this, by all means, please do. I'll try to remember what requirements, device specs, and of course a link for you guys to buy it, because it works very, very well. I like it. I really dig on this product. But anyway, as always, you guys feel free to hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I'll holler at you later. This your boy Blak Magus, and I'm out, y'all. Deuces.